Hello, everybody. Welcome back, loves. Welcome to She Reads Tarot. And my name is Catherine. I hope everybody is doing well today. For everybody who is new to the channel, this is a channel where I read for all 12 signs. All right, I will do your monthly reading every month, and any additional readings are always a nice, wonderful bonus, right? And I don't know why I'm lighting incense and I already have some lit. So we'll see how that resonates here. So there's already incense going, and I'm going to grab more. So I don't know how that's going to resonate in your reading, you guys, but we are here to do a money bomb. All right, I promised, and here it is. So with money bomb, love bomb, typically the cards are all on the table prior to starting, or I will deal out the cards prior to doing the reading. So I'll, shuffle out the cards. I'll, state my intentions on what the reading is going to be or what the spread is designed to reflect. And then after all the cards have been out, or the initial uh, energy is on the table, then I will start the reading. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a money bomb. So this is just related to anything regarding finances, career, money, your job, a business you're starting, a job that you lost, a business that you want to take over, something that you're wanting to invest in, anything pertaining to finances. This is your reading. All right. And this is for all signs. All right. So take that, how it resonates. It is going to be pertaining to anyone in the collective. Speaking of the collective, I do have 2 other channels. Please make sure to check those out. All right. There's a link to both channels below. Please go and subscribe. And you guys support me in that way. I really appreciate it. Also, make sure you guys like the video. That also helps to support the channel, and it boosts the algorithm. If you have access to a hype button, would you guys please do me a favor and push that hype button to hype this video? It will help me grow my channel. That is what my intentions are for this coming year. So we are going to be seeing a lot of changes, a lot more interaction on my part for sure. I apologize for my lack of interaction with you guys. It wasn't that I didn't want to interact with you. It's just that I had a different agenda. Something else popped up in my life, and it said, you know what, this is more important. It was dealing with my family, my children, my grandchildren came first. So, I was able to do what I needed to do with that. And now I'm focusing more on the channel. So here we are. And let's go ahead and see where that takes us. Okay, we're going to be growing. So share. You guys, if you would like to book a reading with me, I do accept personal readings. The link to my website is below. All right. I am running a sale, 25% off. She is back with the coupon code. Let me know if you have any questions or issues with that on the website. All right, so tell me about the collective. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell me about the collective when it pertains to finances. So we're going to look at several different oracle messages here, or decks. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell me about the collective when it pertains to finances, or career, or money, okay, or assets. Tell me about the collective as it pertains to finances, money, business, career, wealth, inheritance. All right. Holy Spirit, use yours and guidance. Actually, let's use a different deck here. Let's use a different deck. Tell me about the collective. Holy Spirit, angels, and guidance. What does the collective need to know today regarding finances, money, career, business, assets, inheritance, winnings, cash flow, money decisions? What does the collective need to know today? Holy Spirit, angels, and guidance. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we have money matters here. Okay, investing your money wisely. And this is the past energy here. So you may have been cutting costs or doing something to save money. Okay, so you could have been, maybe you ran into some sort of financial situation, and because of that, you started looking at your money differently. All right. So I feel like you have been saving or investing your money into something. Perhaps you're planning for the future. We have bad news. So it could have been that you had gotten some sort of news as it pertains to, your job or your career. Perhaps you found out that, the company that you thought you were going to be with is, not as sturdy, and they were having money issues. So maybe you've been looking for something different. You may have gotten bad news about an investment that you were putting your money into, and found out that this investment tanked and that you lost a lot of money. And so, this has put you in a position of kind of really being behind the boat and looking for ways to recoup some of that, or at least give you some sort of security, knowing that you're going into the future and what is going to be happening here. We have family here. So perhaps this is taken some on your family, or it could be that you are the main breadwinner for your family, and people are looking up to you to be in a stable or secure financial position. And I feel like that is kind of, this also talks about, when you think about family, you're thinking about perhaps even an inheritance. So you may have received money from your family or from an inheritance, and this, could have been very valuable to you, and to have, lost it, or for it to be at risk or in jeopardy, is a really big deal. Okay, a really big deal. So moving into the current energy, we have limitations. So again, there's an energy of needing to save, needing to hold back. This also talks about letting go of your worries, not wanting to be so stressed out all the time, worrying about, where it's going to come from, or where you're going to get your next dime or meal, or, just also being concerned about what's going to happen tomorrow. I feel like in the past, you may have been in a very comfortable situation, okay, having that access to the finances that you had in the past, but now that they're not there, I feel like there's some energy of feeling very limited in the things that you're able to really do. And you can't really move around like you used to. All right. We have side hustle in the reverse here. This could talk about some sort of extra income that you may have been getting is not necessarily coming in for you. I'm just getting a time of questions here, even with limitations here. It's just like an energy of having a season of really not knowing, being in a season of just kind of the unknown. Okay, so you may have the moon come through for you, even with the Five of Pentacles. Not really knowing where your funds are coming from or where that next dollar is going to come in can be very stressful. All right, because were in a time before where you did not have to worry about this, right? And now it's all you can think about here. So look, we have shattered here, okay? Broken, nightmares, and failures. I feel like a lot of you are feeling like a failure, especially with the family aspect here. Now have people that are, expecting and waiting and hoping that you're going to come through. But, I always say, like this is prime time for others to shine. It's like everybody can't be everything all the time. So, and because life is like a wheel, it revolves and everything in it is going to turn with it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're going to be up, sometimes you're going to be down, sometimes you'll be the main breadwinner, sometimes somebody else may have to step up. So I feel like, you may feel shattered or you may feel like a failure because of this, but I feel like this may also be Spirit's way of kind of um, nudging the environment or shaking up the system a little bit, okay, so that others that have kind of been relaxing, worry free all this time, can now start to take on some of the burdens. Because guess what? At some point, you're not going to be able to hold it all. So I think there's going to be some sense of you trying to. And I feel like with side hustle in the reverse, you may have tried to go out to get, additional jobs on the side to try to keep, hold up the additional strain. But, you can only do so much, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that means that somebody else is going to have to kick in, right? So I feel like there's going to be an energy of this side hustle business is not going to be able to last long. Okay. You're going to be exhausted here. All right. You're going to be exhausted, but you can't mend until you've broken, right? Or until you are realizing that this is a situation. So let's see what's coming. Ooh, fruits of labor. Look at this. This talks about financial independence. Rich gain is here, collective. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. There is definitely going to be some financial turnaround coming in. I feel like this also may have been a temporary test, okay, or just could have been, like I said, Spirit's way of shaking up the system and, getting people, on their feet and maybe getting you off of your feet. You know what I'm saying? For a change, taking some of that worry off of you and putting it and kind of balancing the scales, y'all, because you've been taking on way too much of the burden here, obviously, while others are, chilling. So look, we have free. Look at this. Look at this, collective. Moving on, letting go and loving on you, baby. Getting you some you time. Going to get a nice massage, getting your feet done, nails done, hair done, everything that you want and need done. That is what is going to be happening for you. That is the vibe. You are letting go of the stress of trying to handle everything. It is not all on you, it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't be everything for everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You have to live too. And, you're a human being too, and you need support too, right? Look, we have consequences here. It's interesting here. And with that fruits of labor, that's a very independent energy. I feel like you may be taking on more of that in the future, especially and even in when times are good again. You're going to be like, you know what? No, that day is over. It's a new day. You know what I'm saying? If you don't work, you don't eat. And I feel like people just kind of take advantage. So as long as everyone is picking up their fair share, I feel like things will be more balanced and be better. I feel like here, these people have been playing games. They have been playing games. I feel like game time is over. You know what I'm saying? You're moving on, honey. You are going to be doing you. So in this particular situation here, collective, this is just a season of, I feel like you are going to be shook down, okay, so that you can shake others up. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't, if you're going through a financially difficult period, it, relax, don't worry. Also, really look at things and, get others moving around you. Do you see what I'm saying? You need to let this family or whoever these people are that are, counting on you for everything, give them the bad news. You know what I'm saying? Money matters now. You know what I'm saying? Mommy can't do it all the time anymore. Someone else is going to have to step in and step up. Okay? Period. I'm not going to be working 10 jobs for 10 people. We've got 10 able-bodied people. 10 people can be working. So, it can be less stress on all of us. You know what I mean? Especially me. I'm not going to be all battered and abused and broken down here, exhausted and tired from working all these 1100 jobs I've been working to try to maintain, because we're limited on finances because I'm the only person that's working. No. Times are going to seriously change here. So let's look at the tarot messages. If you like this video and want to see more readings like this, please know in the comments. Just hashtag more or something like that. Hashtag I like this reading. And just let me know I'm digging it, or if this energy is for you. Let me know. If it resonates with you, let me know. I love reading all of your comments, and I appreciate every one of you. Just in case I don't tell you often, I feel like I don't, so I want to let you know I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I'm rocking with y'all 10, 12, 15 viewers, okay? If that is good with me. I don't care if I get 5 viewers a video. That I care about those 5 like I care about 5,000. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so just know that I love you guys that much, and that's why I continue to rock every single day in one of these readings, okay? And I'm growing as well, so it is all good for everyone involved. All right, tell me about the collective, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. Okay, we have that Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Look at that. Yep, financing, caring about everyone, helping people, taking care of others, being a support system for others, being a FDIC regulated institution, an ATM, all of that. And then look, we have the Magician in the reverse, look, and the Moon in the reverse. Look at this. I told you that moon energy was coming. I channeled that moon energy here. I channeled that. But the Magician in the reverse couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. This is someone who's tired of putting out. They're tired. They And on top of that, they don't know where it's coming from anyways. They don't know where it's coming from. Where are you going to get it from? Are you going to squeeze it until you get it out of Cancer? Or, I'm sorry, the collective? Not sure. But, you know, this is somebody who is also coming to terms or realizing that they're tired of doing it all with the Magician in the reverse. It's like, can somebody else come up with something in here? Am I always the only person that's going to come up with everything? you know I'm sorry, I can't do it. And you're realizing that until you start to step back, nobody else is going to step up. Do you see what I'm saying? So with that side hustle in the reverse, side job, that side gig, you letting these people know the gig is up. Yeah, that's what's going to get these people moving. Okay, shaking and grooving here. They're going to be moving their feet. They're not going to be happy about it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're moving on with your success, with your wealth, your finances, everything you've worked hard for. It's the consequences of that. You don't work, you don't eat. We have the 10 of Wands. You're tired. You are tired of supporting these people in this way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just time out for this. So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Cups in the reverse. Both of these cards came out in the reverse. Queen of Wands energy in the reverse, definitely someone who has had it. They're just kind of up to here. There's also an energy of people making demands, right? And with that Two of Cups in the reverse, this is an energy of just tension, constant tension. Okay. A lack of caring, a lack of support. Okay. For their partner, no partnership. The 10 of Wands represents you taking on everything on your own. And at some point, what that Queen of Wands in the reverse is going to do, that Queen of Wands in the reverse is going to clown. You're going to make that Queen of Wands mad. I'm saying this is an extremely judgmental, angry, vengeful, like just tired. Just stay out of the Queen of Wands in the reverse's way. Okay? Stay out of the Queen of Wands in reverse's way. It's going to be your best bet. That is also arguments here. That Two of Cups in the reverse. That is someone who is not happy, right? But that's the consequences of you holding on to everybody else's problems and stresses and taking on everyone else's issues and concerns and making them yours. You're the one that's going to end up being battered and abused. And you're like, no, I'm not. With that Nine of Pentacles energy, that fruits of your labor energy and moving on, that's all about putting up deuces. You go worry about it. Okay, you go and worry about it then. We have the Fool under the deck. Look at what the collective is getting ready to do. Worry free. The Fool has no cares whatsoever. No cares ever. With the Two of Wands, this is also an energy of someone who's staying in their comfort zone, in their safe place, okay, where they are not being bothered. They're thinking about doing something, but they're not jumping up to get up and like sacrifice themselves for anything. You see what I'm saying? This is the Fool will sacrifice himself for no one but themselves. You see what I mean? No one but themselves. And with the Tower and the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Wands, when you take on this energy collective, it is going to cause some waves. But with that Ace of Pentacles, this also represents new opportunities, and people are going to get up and do something. They're going to have no choice. This is someone going to get a job, but this is someone who's being forced to do it, right? Because you're not doing it for them. Okay? You're not doing it for them. Okay? This family, this household is getting ready to come to its knees. Okay? There's going to be some sudden changes going on in this family unit. Do you see what I'm saying? Family coming through very strong here. So this could be family. You could have cousins, aunties, uncles, grandmas. Anybody can get it. You see what I'm saying? When it comes down to people being accountable, period. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy the message. I hope it resonates with you. If you would like more messages like these, please let me know in the comment section. Like I said, if you would also like to, give me any other information or send me an email, please do so. My email address is always on all of my thumbnails, but it's queencancertarot@gmail.com. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.